Hello and welcome to my video blog Programming with Delphi. Today we want to have a look how we can support our programs with help information for Windows, Linux and macOS in the cross-platform way. The first time when I thought to make a video about this, I wasn't sure if I should make an information of my updated CrossHelp program that you can see here, or should I make more a programming video. I decided to making more a programming video because I think it's interesting for you to see how one can use binaries and start this binaries on Linux and especially on macOS, how you can include them, for example, in your bundle application, or install the help app globally in the application folder and call it from your program. So perhaps as a little summarize what is a general approach with a CrossHelp and use help in your applications, and after that we look at that what's new now and what is a little bit better. If you have installed the CrossHelp in your program folder, you will find there also here the source zip, and let's have a short look at it. And here we have the unit help web fmx pass. Let's also has a short look at it. Here we have the procedure pf show help, where you simply call the topic, and if needed you can use a second parameter and give also a parent form if necessary. We have seen this is only a unit and has not a form. The unit creates a form from scratch. The technical solution is so that the web browser is used to display the help file in the window. This is sufficient that you only include this unit in your project and you can make this call that we have seen before. The same is when you create a VCL application, you can use the same approach with this unit help web VCL pass. So if you have also the HTML component suite, you can use also this unit help HTML VCL web, or the unit help HTML fmx pass to include the HTML component. Then not the web browser is used, but the HTML editor that is in this solution. This was the first approach, and you can view it in the help create file how it looks. If it's displayed for example with the fmx web exe, so it looks also good, but a little bit different than we can see here. And we can see here the original with the HTML component suite. So, and the second approach is that you include a binary where the HTML components are compiled in. Then you have a, like I think, a little bit better viewing of the HTML path, and you have also this highlight feature. You can find some words and that will be highlighted and so on. So, and now we come to the second approach. As I told you, here we have the DemoHelp zip that you can copy and extract to another directory, and you can open it, and we open it here in Delphi, and I show you the different way how we use help on Windows, Linux and macOS. At first we use as platform Windows 64, and we can look at it. At first perhaps what happens in the onCreate event. In the Windows name we create the help exe name. If you save the ShowHelp.exe in the same directory where your application is. We get here the path to it, and the help file you can also install in the application folder, and we get then these both file names and links. And if we want to see help, we simply call here show help with the index html, and on the Windows side simply call we have a to the shell execute function. So let's run this program, and now the show help exe with the HTML component suite included is shown. This is the window. Of course, we can create here these buttons in other language, German, French, whatever you want. So this was a very easy approach. And now we come to the second approach. We activate the Linux platform. So, and in the onCreate event, we have nearly the same here, because the application itself and the show help is installed also in the application folder of your normal application, and you can install also the CrossHelp help file in this directory. So, and what we have to take into account when we look at the deployment list, we have to include the ShowHelp application that's in the bundle. You find it here in the binaries bundle. So there are a ShowHelp Linux zip included. You simply have to extract this and deploy it with your application. And of course the help file that you have created. So I start this application. The application will start on the other window, but I will grab it then and bring it over here. So we have here the Linux application. I press show help, and we have here the ShowHelp app that is started, and you can navigate into the file like expected. And another advantage is here that you also can print your help files with this additional form. So let's have a look how the show help on the Linux side is done. Here is a special feature that you have to use. We have to call this system function in a thread, because if you not do it, the application will crash. It will hang, because this will wait until the application is finished, and it will block your main thread if you do it not in another thread. That's the only additional thing that you have to take into account here. So, and now let's select the macOS platform, and let's see how we have solved it here. Here we can use two different approaches. The first one is that you install the ShowHelp application as normal program in the application folder. Then we would find the ShowHelp app here, and the help file in all cases is included in your resources folder. Have a look at the deployment list. There we can see we have the DemoHelp application itself, and we have the CrossHelp file that is also in the resources folder. So if you want to use the ShowHelp app in the global application folder, you have to be sure that this program is also installed there. So when we call the ShowHelp, we check it in advance if the directory or the help name exists, and you have to use directory exist and not file exist, because apps on the Mac are directories, bundles. If it's not there, the user will be asked if a install file should be copied to the download folder and started. It's a simple image that can be used to install then the application in the global application folder. So I have here activated the use help from application folder and set to true, so that this approach will be used and this check will be happened. But for this approach we need also the install ShowHelp image file, and it's important that this is then also in the resources folder. And now I can start the application. And here is, you can see what's happened here. Here is the bundle of this program. So additionally, we have also now the install ShowHelp DMG in it, and now the program is started. And when I now click on the ShowHelp, the program realizes that the help is not installed and ask you to show help. You have to first install the help program. Should this be done now? If you choose yes, install ShowHelp DMG will be copied to your downloads folder and will be started. Simply drag and drop the ShowHelp app to the program folder. After this is done, you can show the help for this program here. I choose yes, and then the image will be started, and I simply use drag and drop to install the program here. It could be useful to start it first, because Apple always asks for some information. So, and if we now call again the ShowHelp, the program can use this information. Don't look at this black and white at the moment here. I have make here some trials to support perhaps also the dark mode, but it's not perfect at the moment. Yeah, and so you can use your help also on the Mac side, but there is also another approach. I minimize this for the moment. You can also include the ShowHelp app as a bundle itself in your project. So in this second approach, I've made it here in the release version. I have included the ShowHelp app into the bundle in the resource folder. That's allowed. You can do this. And here you find the ShowHelp app, contents, code, signature, macOS, where we find the ShowHelp contents, the app itself. We can have perhaps a look at the demo folder itself. So we have here the demo folder, and this is a ShowHelp app. This is a bundle that I have simply copied over from the Mac side to the Windows side, and you find this ShowHelp app compiled and ready to use. Also in the installation, in the binary zip, there we have also the ShowHelp macOS zip. That are the files, and there you find also the install ShowHelp DMG file. So with this approach we have to change this here a little bit. First we set use help from application folder to false, so then we don't have this check if this app is in the application folder, because it is in your resources folder. We change also the help exe name. We find it not there, but we find it here in the resources folder, and we give the help exe name, and the help file will be stay at always in the resources file. So, and now I start the program again, and we can see what happens here, how the bundle will become a new structure. You see now the ShowHelp app is in the resources folder, and if I now call this ShowHelp button, this ShowHelp exe file from the resource folder will be used. So that's the second approach, how you can use the binary file in your application. The advantage of this use of binaries is always that you once have created this and you have never looked at it again. And also if you have new Delphi versions, it doesn't matter, the help is always the same. Yeah, I hope that was interesting for you. I forgot, I want you to show one special thing. What's very interesting here on the Mac side, in my FireMonkey book, I have also reported this function to open other files or applications. And new is that here, what I found out, that you can use also the args argument. So then you can, after this, give some further arguments to start the other applications. That is very helpful because we always need here to start the ShowHelp app itself, and we have to give the information about the help file and the topic. This works very good on the Mac side. Yeah, I hope this was interesting for you, and perhaps it gives you some new ideas how you can use binaries and use them also on Linux and macOS. That's all for today. Bye bye.